Let's go. In the cut, Benzino the hero, Rob Jiggity.
Yep,
the stew is full. DK.
Yo, what's good?
Returns. Yeah. In the cut, on this segment, we'll be discussing Hall of Fame occurred. You know, the Big Aristotle, Big Diesel, Shaqmanovich.
Shaq Fu.
You know, Shaq Fu.
Yeah.
The Shaqtus.
Shaqtastic.
Yeah.
Man of Steel.
Shazam.
Yeah.
What we looking at?
You know, Superman.
Superman. Yeah.
Rob Jiggity. HOF.
Weak.
We're going to talk about Shaq's NBA career. What did he mean to the game? How did he dominate the game? Just everything Shaq. Who going first to talk about the Big Aristotle?
You want to start off, Terrence?
Terrence.
Me?
Put him on blast
It's
real
on
quick.
you, Sean.
Come on, blast early.
Who, Shaqtus?
Better not do that to me.
You mean the most dominant center in the
Ooh.
early 2000s?
In the early 2000s.
Maybe of all time. He might be the most dominant player of all time.
All time.
It's funny because I was having this conversation yesterday about who was the greatest center of all time, and it was between Shaq and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And
Wow.
the thing is, we never seen Kareem Abdul-Jabbar play before. But like, you know, for us, growing up watching basketball,
definitely in
for
our
us,
generation.
Shaq is, you know, the most dominant player I've ever seen play basketball because, you know, we watched him. We never seen Kareem play before though.
For sure.
But you know, we can't just doubt Kareem too because of his stats and everything too. Like Shaq, he single-handedly bought. I'm not gonna say single-handedly, but you know, he bought the Lakers though to the championship though with Kobe Bryant though, and they won 3.
They won 3 together.
Who was it?
Big part of it.
Yeah, and they lost to Detroit though, but still, like we had this conversation yesterday. We was like, yo, it was Kobe and Shaq. People was like, oh, it was Kobe. I'm like, no, Kobe and Shaq. Shaq is the one that won. You know, those 3 MVPs though. Like it was Shaq who was dominating in those whole finals the whole time. The most dominant center to ever play the game.
Other teams had a game plan around Shaq.
Yeah.
Although Kobe, young Kobe on the rise, you know, when you're facing the Lakers that night, how are we gonna stop Shaq? That was the game plan going in when you play the Lakers. And the fact Shaq, his charisma, his swagger, everything about Shaq, like he's literally larger than life.
Really,
Yeah.
one of the funniest guys to ever play in the NBA.
Definitely.
That too.
Straight up could be a comedian if he didn't make it into basketball.
You seen his
He
like,
could be a
like
rapper
like
if he wanted
shit,
to.
like-
bro,
I
he
mean,
went double platinum.
He went double platinum.
Be a rapper
platinum.
too. That's another
double
thing.
platinum?
Being
Yeah.
in the league, double platinum.
For real?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did not know that. I knew he made music, but I didn't know
No,
he
he
made
could.
double.
Shaq could have done
platinum.
anything.
Shaq is a great dancer, comedian,
Actor.
That
actor.
all-star-
No,
Ball player.
actor is questionable. Actor is questionable.
Did you see his cameo on Good Burger?
Did you see his cameo?
Shaq!
What about the cameo with that movie with Adam Sandler? Oh, Blended. You didn't see his cameo in Blended?
All I'm gonna say,
dance though, cause
yeah,
see that
dancing.
dance.
All-Star, whatever All-Star break that was, what year was that? Like
With the Jabberwockies?
Yeah,
Had to
that
be
was
that.
fire.
He was
And-
with the Suns.
Where's-
I had to be like
Yeah,
09.
I thought.
Oh,
08,
I thought-
09.
Yeah, 08,
Okay.
09. But
Had
then
to be that.
today, when I was at work today, some girl pulled up a video of Shaq dancing to Kanye's
The
Fade.
Fade, right?
Yo, I was crying.
Bro, 7'2", like 350.
I
love this way.
The shoulders and all that. He really
Like,
funny dude. Man. He really danced.
Shaq's downfall, free throws.
I'm
Yes.
about to,
My-
we
My
was about to
son,
mention
Shaqmanovich.
Hacker Shaq.
The
Hacker
cra-
Shaq.
That's where the rule came from.
The
He
crazy
hacking
thing
people that
is,
can't
the
shoot.
crazy thing is,
It's crazy.
he still dropped 40, 20, almost 10 assists with like 8 blocks in the finals
But he,
with no free throw ability.
yeah, but I mean, let's be honest. His
That's
free
all
throw
they
shooting was bad, but it wasn't like DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah, it wasn't DeAndre
bad,
Jordan
Dwight
bad.
Howard bad.
But you know,
he
most
hit
of
him,
his-
but
He
But
went
you
like
know-
1 for 2 for his career. That's
Like, he was-
that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's-
Yeah, all his, but you know, all his
but
shots.
for a center and how dominant he was, you could look at that and just shove it to the side.
And
'cause-
and the thing is, unlike DeAndre or Dwight, Shaq made him when it counted.
And those are all layups and dunks too.
got
that
You gotta say that too.
that's one thing I loved about his game. He was just
And
so
another thing
physical.
too, he was a decent,
Like that
you know,
physical mentality
he was
he
a
had.
decent ball handler too. Like he took the ball a few times though, but like you know,
Yeah,
like,
he
he
had-
wasn't bad at it.
He
though.
had so many 5+ assist games.
Are you guys aware Shaq broke rims?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Oh,
Absurd!
Rims, backboards,
Oh.
Did they make the breakaway rim?
because
Yeah,
of
because
Shaq.
of Shaq.
They
was
made the
Shaq,
breakaway rim because of this man. I said whim.
the breakaway win.
breakaway win. I'm looking like Elmer Fudd right now.
Shaq is the reason
They made
why.
the breakaway rim because of this man. Because they said we can't have you doing this anymore.
I mean, Dwight Howard did break the shot clock before.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably Dwight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he dunked it so hard.
He
but
dunked so hard, the
rim
shot
couldn't
clock
break,
said-
the shot clock
Yeah, it
fell.
snapped.
I mean, it's not the
That
rim.
was
though.
after
Because the
breakaway
rim- the
though.
rim
It's
can't
not
break
the
no more.
whole
That was
back.
after
Yeah.
breakaway rims though.
The rims can't break already. After the breakaway
Let
rims.
me ask you a question.
Both of y'all.
I did it on purpose, though. I did it on purpose.
Who y'all think in
Oh,
the
Terrence.
league right now would be breaking rims if they didn't have breakaway rims?
DeMarcus Cousins.
I was gonna
Boogie
about to
on
say-
some bully.
Yeah.
DeMarcus.
DeMarcus
Andre
Nah,
Drummond.
I'm not gonna
maybe.
lie. Another person I think could break a rim.
Yeah, Andre Drummond.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I think Russell could break a rim if he wanted to.
Oh, we
Yeah.
talking about
I think Westbrook
Wesley
could break
Wader.
a
We talking about
record.
Wesley Wader, but Shaq recently came out and saying, "Yo, Stephen A. I only played 30% of my game. I only showed 30."
I heard this.
Yeah, I think that's true. Like the fact that he said, "Yeah, I could bring the ball down every time. Whoop wop, go to the basket, 2 steps, break the rim every time, but I didn't."
My name's Shaq Diesel.
Y'all think he really played 30% of his game, or he's just talking that high
Nah,
homily?
he was just talking that hot-ish.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, he's nice, but he wasn't doing all that. And Shaq loves to talk about himself. He loves to
Yeah.
pick himself
Yeah.
up. We know that's Shaq. That's who he is.
He loves joke. He loves clowning on
Yeah,
people
he
too.
loves
He loves
clowning,
clowning on
yeah.
people's moms too.
When there's something crazy though,
What's crazy?
some
Robert?
seasons Shaq would come in not in shape and just play himself into shape.
I have a main question actually though.
Yes, Terrence.
Do you think after he won that championship with Miami Heat, it's like you saw how he went to the Cavs, right?
Yeah.
Like, and people said, oh, Dwayne Wade had Shaq and they won a championship, but when LeBron had
No,
Shaq, he couldn't win a
those-
championship. I'm like, was that?
Nah.
No, that
was
was
that's a
Shaq.
different
Too
Shaq,
old,
right?
too old.
What's
yeah.
weird about Shaq with a player that dominant? He traveled around
At the
Yeah.
end of his
for
career,
multiple teams. We started out with young Shaq, Magic, Lakers, Miami. After that, he went
Boston.
to
No, Boston was
last.
late.
Suns.
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 Suns, Cleveland.
Yeah. Then
Oh, Suns
Then
and
Boston.
Yeah,
then he finished up with Boston. I'm pretty sure.
yeah. Finished up with Boston. Like for a player being that dominant, that high profile as Shaq,
And he still.
it's weird seeing him like on different teams like that. I believe he went in as a Laker. Should have went in as a Laker. But yeah, I believe that. But with Shaq, the fact that he was so like powerful, like
Yeah.
nobody could really guard him. There's centers in that league, and that's Shaq entered the league at the time. It was still rough ball.
Yeah, big man
Yeah.
was dominant.
You know,
That's what it was.
He said I had Patrick, but he was on the out. Elijah won, but he was on the out. Like the only person that was like truly there,
David Robinson. was
David
there.
Robinson was there. Vlade Divac was there, but like nobody really could guard Shaq even at that time. You would have think early 2000s, Chris Webber, Jermaine O'Neal. Players like that. They
He would
wasn't
step outside though.
They wasn't touching Shaq like that though.
Yeah.
Shaq would literally overpower every single person, all 12 men on the roster.
Barbecue chicken.
Barbecue.
And then he had a little post game on him too. It wasn't
yeah.
even like he was overpowering people all the time. He had the
His drops,
spin,
yeah.
the drop step, the post hooks, left and right handed.
Can't forget about them elbows.
The,
Elbows.
you know about the elbows. You know about the elbows.
Talking.
I know you've been watching Shaq
Yeah.
tapes.
And you know how Shaq he drops down the hammer. Hammer.
You move the elbow there. You move that elbow there one time, they're not gonna be there again.
You see Shaq's top 10 Divas dunk of the weeks all the time.
With Shaq, could Shaq have? We know 4 championships with Shaq. Could he have been a better player?
Only thing you can say you got better of is free throws, but other than that,
Yeah, free
I can't-
throws.
can't really-
Was he a bad teammate? Was he ever
No.
a bad teammate?
of course
No,
not. No,
people
never.
loved him.
Exactly. So other than that, like
I'd
a player that
say-
big and dominant.
Like he didn't like I said earlier, he didn't come into the season in shape. He could have been better with that, but
And
that's
that's
it.
probably why he bounced around towards the end of his career. He just wasn't in shape.
Yeah.
So teams came in, signed him to a 1-year deal or whatever it may have been, and after that they just said, "Okay, we're done with you. You didn't do what you."
Like
supposed
if
to do."
he was in shape probably the whole season, his numbers would have been way more ridiculous. But
I believe it.
Final thoughts? Anything about Shaq you would like to say? What he meant to you? What does Shaq mean to you, Rob?
me, just dominance, power, and post.
Terrence?
One of the greatest, obviously top 3 centers of all time, most dominant player I've ever seen play basketball.
Mr. Cargby.
I think the best center of all time. I could put that up there, and just a very lovable guy, I guess.
For me, Shaq means showmanship. The word showmanship. Big
Look
box
at Ben, look at him
office.
using
That's a
big
bar.
words out here.
That's a bar.
Dude was big time. When you go to watch an NBA player, you would want to see Shaq play live. That's one thing I never seen Shaq play live, and just the fact he would go in, you know, even though he might not play to his full potential like he said, he still put on the show. So he was a true showman to the NBA, big time force, entrepreneur, you know, jokes. And it's in the cut. Benzino, the hero, Rob Jiggity.